Hey guys, welcome back to Borderline Banter and Brews. I know we've been doing most Borderline Banter, but we're gonna start doing the Brews part of the podcast, which is our kind of our series where we do sort of interviews. And who better to have as my first interview for our mommy mommy Brews episode. So here we have Talia, my wife.
Hello.
I'm gonna be asking her some questions, and we're gonna see how the interview goes. I know you probably saw in the last video she is pregnant. So my first question in my itinerary here, how far along are you now? So the listeners know.
Now I am 37 weeks. That's in my 8th month.
37 weeks and how much weeks? But like it's a full term.
And full term is 40.
40.
So I'm almost at the.
Damn, 3 more weeks.
Yes. Less than a month, ready to pop.
Oh my god. The time went by so fast, huh?
It did. I could barely remember. I barely found out, and all of a sudden, I'm more than 30 weeks. It's a lot of change.
My god.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, whenever you found out, okay, you were pregnant again. I know we have a video out there in our TikTok. Not the podcast videos, but I remember you told me about it. How did you feel when you found out?
I couldn't believe it. Like I knew we had agreed to a second one, but I didn't think it would be that quick.
Yeah.
And obviously, like all the jitters of like from the first time with Liam, the first months, all of those came back, and I was just nervous.
Like jitters, como the excitement or
the excitement, and then obviously like I have the really bad nausea with Liam.
Yeah.
That's what scared me. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Other than that, I was excited. Of course, it's another baby.
And what was different from this pregnancy compared to with Liam?
Well, this pregnancy I ate way more.
You ate way more?
Yes, 8, and I gained weight. This pregnancy I gained weight with Liam. I lost weight, and I was at the skinniest I've been for. It had been a long time since I was that skinny. So yeah, but at the same time I was pregnant with him, growing him. So yeah, that's the biggest difference.
And what about nauseous también?
Nausea, yes. I mean, I still got them, but because I started on the medication sooner, it didn't affect me as much. I didn't know it existed, but now that I know it does. Obviously, I take advantage of it. So I don't want to go through all that again, losing weight instead of gaining.
No. That's one of the perks from the last time. No, you didn't eat so much.
Yeah, I didn't eat so much, so I didn't have baby weight to lose after. This time, obviously, it's going to be different. But yeah.
You know, like the little king or the one that got fat last time was me.
Yes, because you were the one with all the cravings last time. No, I mean, this time you still get a little bit.
I never believed that. Hasta que I used to get the cravings. I'm like, what the heck? Why am I getting the cravings? I'm not pregnant.
I mean, obviously, like, I was like, man, really? I was excited for the cravings. Okay, I got that excuse, always eating. No, yeah, you got that excuse.
No, always making fun of you, like, oh, you want some steak? You want some?
I know, and now I cannot eat beef burgers.
Oh, yeah, you can't eat burgers.
Steak, I'm still scared to eat some. It's not the same anymore. Yeah.
What are some things that you did last pregnancy? When this pregnancy, you're like, yeah, I gotta be careful with that, or I gotta watch that.
I think. I mean, I'm still working, but if I don't have to walk, I'm not gonna walk.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like last time, obviously, I'll get that nesting instinct or like burst of energy, and I'll be moving around. I mean, I wasn't that heavy. This time is way bigger, more pressure, and less wanting to actually be moving.
You remember last time you fell twice? You could have scared us twice.
I fell twice?
Yeah, one time it was in front of the restaurant when we went with Newman and Ricky.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other was at your parents' house with the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs climbed me over.
And you actually went to the hospital that time.
Yeah, because, I actually, fell. I didn't fall on the stomach, but, it was on the side. And yeah. Last time, when we went out with Newman and Ricky, I fell, but I actually, stopped myself in my hands. This time, it was I didn't have control of how I fell. That's just whoop.
And I wasn't there. Did you fall on your back or in your stomach or?
On my side.
Oh shit.
So yeah, side. So it did hit the stomach on the side a little bit. Yeah, it was at that time. I was visiting my parents.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
They will allow you went to the hospital because they were like, what if something happens?
Yeah. He didn't stop moving, but the actual knowing that I did hit the stomach on the side, that's what's scary. So be safe.
And what about when you gave birth? What are some things that you remember the pain and the contractions?
I remember everything.
And you still did it again?
And I still did it again. I know, but you know why? Because that epidural now. If that epidural didn't exist, I don't know. I wouldn't go through this again. No.
You're like, how did some people from our families, 7 kids and no epidural?
I don't. I think if they would have been they know about it and been offered, they would have taken it after the first one. But I don't know, for many different reasons, it just didn't.
Yeah.
And so
I heard them they don't. It doesn't get covered with the insurance.
It does. Well, it depends what kind of insurance, but it's still expensive. Yeah. It's crazy. And the anesthesiologist, the person that does it, it's just that's their only job, just to put it. That's it.
But that's scary too, because if they don't get it in the right spot, they could mess you up.
Yeah, obviously, ability to lose the ability to walk. That's one of the biggest ones that I read about it. I
remember when they were doing it to you, you were over there laughing and smiling at me, and I'm over here freaking out.
Yeah, because you were seeing the injection to numb and to start the whole procedure. It didn't hurt because of the contractions.
Yeah, the contractions hurt more compared.
Yeah. So to me, it's I felt it, but they weren't. That wasn't so bad. That's the contractions. I was already halfway through it. So they were getting stronger than I ever felt before. Yeah.
And just our listeners to know, obviously, I was there for the pregnancy, the first one, and this one as well. And I always think back to how useless we feel as the husband or the dad. We're just sitting there doing nothing and just watching you go through the worst pain.
I think obviously having a child is difficult, but also not being able to do anything, and you're just there. You're just yeah, that must be hard.
I remember I was asleep. I think I was asleep in the chair, that horrible chair that men have nightmares about. I was asleep, and I don't know where everybody just came in, right? Yeah, it's time, we gotta get him out. With the volada, everybody started acting quick and moving. I'm like, oh shoot, it's happening.
I guess they saw the contraction be more frequent.
Because they were monitoring the oxygen.
Yeah. So, yeah. See, that's the good thing about epidural. I slept through. I was awake for half of it. The other half, I slept, obviously. It was 3 a.m. I was tired. Yeah. I got tired of doing, right? Just giving birth. Anyway, yeah, so it's scary. All of a sudden, there's just a room full of people, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And obviously, oh, we gotta get him out. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's wrong? Is it, that's the first thing. If you're coming in here rushing and getting everything out, okay, there's something not right.
Yeah, I got scared too when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I'll never forget those 3 seconds whenever Liam came out when he was born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looked. I think he had the thing on his face because they cut something and then he came out of that thing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it was, but he took like 3 seconds to breathe, and I'm like, oh, like those 3 seconds, I'm like, no, like please be okay.
Yeah.
And whenever he took the breath, I'm like, like I finally breathed. Yes. And that was scary. And then everything was okay, but I was like, yeah, those 3 seconds were the longest.
And like you having like the second point of view, like I didn't know he was out till you told me, like, oh, he's out. I'm like, oh, okay.
And you looked like super tired, like whenever he came out.
That's one thing about the epidural, like the oxygen levels, it could go down. My oxygen level, that's why I had the mask on, and like the whole time since after the epidural, because my oxygen level started dropping too. Yeah.
Well, like how did you feel dizzy or something whenever he was coming out? Because I know you saw him and you saw him in my arms, and they handed him to you first, though. Yeah. And then you were like, oh my god, and I took a picture of you. I still have that picture of you.
I mean, obviously you feel dizzy because of all the medication going through your system, but you still like the hormones are all like. All the emotions are so your body reacts the way I reacted. I didn't panic. I didn't like think about, oh my gosh, it's so cool. No, it just came out. It was just how everything else. So I think that's what a lot of ladies mean with the hormonal. Yeah. We're hormonal, like we don't have control over it at all. And I think that was the highest level I had. It's like, I started crying and like I don't care. Yeah. I don't care how I look. Everything out there, room full of people. No, I don't care.
Like the whole time I was there with you, like I don't know how some guys, like I've seen TikToks where they're like eating a pepperoni pizza, and like I don't know how y'all can act like normal. I was just like nervous the entire time for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe it has to do with the time. Like we left when my water broke at 12 a.m. and I didn't get birth till 8. So overnight we weren't. I mean, we usually don't eat.
Oh yeah.
So like, if this one like comes around and lunchtime and it's still not happening, I think you're gonna get something. You'll get something. You're gonna get something.
And what are some things that you've learned? Because Liam's about to be 2. 2 years with one baby. Now what about 2?
And we're barely starting to get some sleep, and we decided to go for it.
I know he's barely starting to like be independent. Like watches, like he was watching a show yesterday, eating a hot dog.
Yeah, we had the baby shower in. I mean, you handed him the hot dog, he laid it in front of him. He was just watching Shrek and eating.
Kevin was grilling over there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get him a hot dog if he likes it. He ate the one. Do you think it's gonna be difficult, or it just takes some getting used to?
It takes some getting used to. Well, I think the breastfeeding journey is so difficult. That's why, like, waking up in the middle of the night, it didn't become difficult till past the first year, when I knew, okay, you're supposed to be sleeping more. Like, come on. And knowing that, it's like, we're still waking up, we're still doing this. That's when it started getting difficult, the sleeping schedule. But before that,
and Liam still wakes up he wants milk.
I mean, the good thing is that you fill it up. So, I mean, he'll drink some and then stop and then drink some more. So he doesn't have to wake us up, slap on the face, asking for milk.
He's learned how to do that, right? He just shakes the bottle at me sometimes. He's like, here, go get it, peasant.
He just points. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, if you feel comfortable, like with the breastfeeding, yeah. Anything you're gonna do different this time?
The hospital tells you to pump every 2 to 3 hours.
Oh shoot!
No,
you're like gonna sleep.
I mean, obviously the sleep affects you. I mean, you can sleep at the pump, right? You know how many times I've fallen asleep pumping.
Yeah.
And obviously, like overflows. But I think pumping so often, so early after the pregnancies, I mean, after giving birth, it's gonna cause your body to be like, okay, I need to produce a lot because you're pumping like often.
Yeah.
So that leads to overproduction. That leads to mastitis, which is, by the way, I did not know milk gets stuck.
Yeah.
Is that it starts obviously like getting affected, and it's just a whole nother mess. Yeah.
And you actually went through that as well. So
3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time who was it? They told me at the hospital that I had it, but to me it was like, okay, it's just an infection. Take antibiotics, it'll be gone. But I guess it got in so bad that obviously that ended up with me being at the hospital for like a week, almost 2, right?
Yeah. The first time we just went to emergency, and then the next times you had to get a surgery, right?
Yeah, the surgery, because the infection got in so bad and so advanced that it had what's it called? Pus? It turned into.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it in English.
But it was bad. They had.
It was green, right? When they took it out.
It was brown.
Brown.
You're like chocolate milk.
Oh yeah. Look at it.
Oh, that is so gross.
Drink some chocolate milk.
All I know is that was a lot. That was painful.
That was traumatic. Like we downplayed it a lot, but it was like something big that shouldn't have happened.
Like obviously the surgery was a lot. Like I had to beg for the surgery because.
Oh, they didn't want to give you the surgery?
No, because it's. I mean, it's more. It takes more time to get well and come back. And before that, I remember they used to come in like every few hours, numb my breast, so there was an injection, and then use another one to take out.
So all those needles hurt more than just doing the surgery.
I mean, the surgery, it just knocked you out, and you woke up and you're like, okay, now I got tubes in my breast, but okay. It's constantly draining.
They had to cut cut it open?
Yeah. They had to cut it open, like make 2 incisions, one on top and one on the side. On the side it was like where everything was draining out.
Yeah.
And obviously after that they had to leave a little tube inside. Well, this thick. I remember I couldn't even look down because of you.
You're like, I hope Liam sees this whenever he grows up, and you're like, I hate you, Mom. Stay out of my life.
What you did. I think it's just that people are being straight up, like everywhere. Just be. That's what I wish. The people where told me the bad things and the good things, like prepare me for everything. Yeah. Because people say pregnancy is beautiful and all this, but I'm like.
It's also not.
It's also
hard.
It takes sacrifice.
I remember when our first year, we were both like super like no sleep. We would be eating breakfast and you're like asleep with your head up like this. I have a picture of that too.
Yeah, I think it was the first day we got here after.
Oh yeah.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, just waking up and being him. That's a struggle. And obviously, both of us sleep deprived the first weeks.
That's another thing. Well, sleep deprived, I'm not too worried about it. But I am worried about Liam. Like, how's he going to feel with another baby? And then when Liam was born, we were like giving him all the attention. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to have to split it. Split it. And not even you, because he has mamitis. He wants to be with you 100% of the time. I don't think you're going to be able to split it.
I mean, the good thing is now that he's older, he's starting to get a little bit more closer to you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not as bad. But I know, like, once he sees the baby in my arms, he'll be like, oh, no, Mom, mine. Yeah, like, so,
who said that? I didn't sign anything yet. Yeah. I never said this was okay. You should have consulted me.
Him saying, no, I'm good. I don't need a brother. Nah, but when we see him alone, I'm like, oh, it'll be worth it. Like, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
Somebody
to play with it that he's little with. Okay, so we kind of been getting a little negative with the with the breastfeeding, but what are some things that are like make you happy, like that you were like, yeah, I would not exchange this for anything in the world?
I mean, the baby itself. Liam and the baby.
Like seeing them grow up, right?
The growing up, and then like they start. Obviously, when they're smaller, they're just there. But as they grow, they start showing little personalities, and you're like, "Oh, I see that personality in my dad or Brandon."
You see when he gets mad? That's his mom.
That's his mom. Yeah. So that's why it's nice to all of a sudden have I mean, they're literally your friends, your best friend even.
Yeah.
Because you know how they are, you know how to get them mad, you know how to calm them down. And
that's another thing I'm thinking. Like he's barely learning to be independent, and then when the new baby comes, he's gonna be dependent on his brother now, and that's gonna take him some time because he's already being independent now.
Yes.
So
maybe I even been thinking maybe to the point he'll actually want to help. Like he'll want to be.
He does seem like that kind of baby now because he remember he grabs the thing, the broom, or what's it called, the mop.
The mop. Yes, and he starts mopping.
Just mopping.
Like yesterday's baby shower, people were so here. He started mopping. I'm like, that's something I would do. When
that's what you get. You made him that way. He has your anxiety now.
And I told my mom, like, look, Mom,
you did this.
Yes.
Okay. And to close this one off, what are some things that you would tell, for example, someone that is pregnant right now?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Like what is a tip that you would give them?
And it's not sleep while you can.
That's a good tip. Sleep while you can.
It's a good tip, but I mean, even then you can't sleep.
or don't spend your precious time on TikTok and then complain that you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah, that you won't be able to sleep.
You get off of TikTok and you're like, damn, I just wasted my time.
I know, but you just don't know how to shut down your brain. It's just,
you're like, this is the only free time I get, and I get to use it with whatever I want to use it.
So I guess I enjoy the time that you don't have to. There's no pressure of you having to take care of another human being while you're making a human being. I think that's a good advice. Yeah, take it on like you do. If you don't want to do anything, that they don't do anything.
Yeah.
If you want to all of a sudden start painting the whole restroom, go for it. Like whatever you want to do, you do it, because once that second baby comes around, it's
like you're gonna be busy.
You're gonna be busy whether you want to or not, and I don't think. Yeah, I didn't realize that till now.
Till now.
Yeah. So you do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable. You're the one that's gonna go through everything.
I know, right?
Well, most everything. The physical and mental part. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. Like, don't downplay it either. Like,
no, I'm not. That's why I wish people were so honest.
You're like, you could have told me this before I went through it.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if I would have changed my mind by having a kid, but
you think you would have still went through it?
I think yes, but I'll be more cautious, more like looking out for symptoms, for things that maybe could have stopped other things from happening.
Yeah.
Be more careful. But yeah.
That's good. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was our mommy brew. Mommy brew. But yeah. Thanks, babe, for being the first of the brew series.
Let's see what other people come on. You never know, Liam might make his own little episode.
We might have you back here again, because we have a lot of stories that a lot of experiences.
Yes.
It's been 2 years, and
then with the new baby, I'm sure we'll have more stories.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's gonna be something different.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you enjoy this, and I'm also gonna post this with video content, so hopefully y'all like that. But
hopefully you guys like it, and please don't judge the eye bags. Remember, I'm pregnant. It's winter, and I got a toddler.
Nah, I'm balancing it out with my double chin over here. So you gotta make it balanced.